Okay, boys and girls, it's that time again. Welcome back to Uncle Red's channel. Let's get serious. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the number 3, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus the number 7, Ian Machado Gary. Now, someone's O's got to go. These guys are fighting at UFC 310, T-Mobile Arena on December 7th. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video is brought to you by Prize Picks. It's so simple. Go to the App Store, download Prize Picks. You can pick more or less on your favorite players in the NFL, NBA, NHL, UFC for a chance to win 100 times your money. You can pick things like how many significant strikes are they going to land? Is this fight going to go the distance? How many takedowns is there going to be? It makes watching stuff real fun. Deposit $5 using code Timbo and you'll get a free $50 instantly, no strings attached. It makes it fun. That's Prize Picks, code Timbo, give her a download. Big fight here. Big fight. Easily Ian Gary's biggest fight. He's 15-0. He's 27 years old, tall, 6'3", 170 pounds. And in the UFC, he is now 8-0 in the UFC. He's had some good wins here. His most recent win was at UFC 303 versus Michael Venom Page and Shavkat, another tall guy. He's 6'1", 30 years old, and he's 18-0. Now, Shavkat is 6-0 in the UFC and 6-0 with all finishes. These guys have sparred together. These guys have trained together at Kill Cliff FC, where they do a lot of sparring. Both orthodox guys, both really tall. Let's take a peek here on kind of how it went. Here they are sparring at Kill Cliff, and especially when you're not sparring in the cage, there's nowhere to really track them down. Ian Gary can run all day, and then you're worried about running into partners, so you can get a read on someone, but not totally, not completely. But it does take away a little bit of the nerves. You're gonna know kind of how much power the guy has, what he's good at, kind of how his speed is compared to not sparring anyone and then going into the fight. You don't know what their best shot is. They could have a really, really like hard uppercut and you don't know it. So let's take a peek here. Orthodox to orthodox, both springy guys. And it looks like they're just kickboxing right now. Looks like they're just kickboxing, which does change the game for Ian Gary, who's tall and has that nice long guard. He's the one kind of pressuring Shavkat around. Again, they run into a group and then they reset, throwing some knees. So it definitely looks like they're kind of light sparring right now. Definitely have some respect for each other here. Ian Gary with a swift question mark kick, but Shavkat's got a good read on it. Now, Shavkat's one of these scary dudes. He's one of these scary dudes that I don't think many guys want to fight. And there's a good chance he's going to be champion. Ian Gary, too. He's still a young buck. And sharp on his feet. You can tell he's just so good with his range. He knows how to punch people at the end of his punches. He's got good knees up the middle. It's hard to say. If that's all that those guys have sparred together, then they're not going to be able to tell much. But I'm sure they've sparred together quite a bit more. In my opinion, Shavkat's resume is much more stout. Submitted Neil Magny, who's a very good grappler. Then he submitted Jeff Neal, who's another tough one to get down. Crazy, explosive southpaw. And then, this is the interesting one that kind of stuck out to me. Stephen Thompson. It's hard to track Stephen Thompson down. Fought him back in 2023, so Stephen Thompson was a little bit older. But this is the game plan I feel like Ian Gary's going to have against Shavkat. It's kind of bounce around, move side to side, keep his distance. And Shavkat's going to be the one pressuring forward, trying to pin him on the fence, looking to take him down, get on top, and do some damage. Let's take a peek here at Shavkat versus Jeff Neal. Southpaw orthodox was a little different. Doubles up the head kicks. Gets smacked to the left hand there. Goes wheel kick to the dome piece. Pretty athletic. Pretty sharp. These guys at Kill Cliff, they probably kind of know who's going to win. Okay, so now he steps in. Let's see what happened here. Kind of Jeff Neal lit him up here. So he rushes in, reaches in, grabs the wrists, So he steps in with the uppercut. His left hand's down. Jeff Neal counters with a clean right hook. Clean right hook, left hand, and another right hook, and they all three line up. Shows how good his chin is, though. Now Jeff Neal's the one stalking him, and he dives into a body lock. Dives into a double unders body lock. Jeff Neal does the right thing and pummels right away. Could have done a little bit better at circling the feet and getting off that, but easier said than done against a big monster like Shavkat. Ends up circling off right here. And in Ian Gary's interviews, he talks like he's confident. He talks like Shavkat knows what happened in training. But again, in these videos, it looks like they were just kickboxing. So let's see how he gets a hold of him here. Round 3, 2:20 left. Jeff Neal's having success every time Shavkat comes in, countering hard too. Because Shavkat's head is in one place when he steps in. So he steps in with a stiff right hand. Stiff, short right hand, clean, no load up. Knee to the guts, and that hurt his body. Clinches, and he looks like he's a huge guy. I would not be surprised if Shavkat walked around at 205 pounds or more. Dirty boxing him inside. Big, huge for welterweight. It's crazy he even makes welterweight. Knee to the guts. Over-unders. Over-unders takes a big outside step. So look at this. Over-unders. On the overhook side, he takes a big outside step, and now watch him pop his hips in. So now Jeff Neal just kind of gives up the back. He knows he's beat on that angle, kind of gives up the back. So now he's behind him in a seatbelt position, which is tricky in a seatbelt. You don't when people are on their feet like this, it's hard to be in a seatbelt, especially when it's skin on skin. People are so slippery. So it's better to be usually behind the armpits. Let's see how he gets him down here. Third round, tired. Jeff Neal finds the fence. .118 left in the third. Knees to the thigh. That right hand's got that wrist. Right hand's got the far wrist and a knee to the gut. Knee to the gut when you're this tired, it takes it out of you. Again, pummels hard. Jeff Neal kind of willingly gives up his back. I still think he's recovering from that body shot. Couple juicers. And now standing rear naked. Standing rear naked. And right now, Jeff Neal should be able to cut his right arm back all the way to the fence and get out of this. But he's kind of letting it sink in. And they're already tired. So this just shows you how strong Shavkat is. So strong. And he ends up tapping him. Wow. Ends up tapping him that slick. So I think he was recovering from that body shot. And I think Shavkat's squeeze is so strong. Whew, hell of a welterweight fight we got. I'm excited. We'll be in Vegas for UFC 310. Looking forward to this welterweight bout. It's going to be real good. Comment your thoughts below. Who do you think is going to win this bout? I'm a little bit nervous that this might be a boring fight. These guys going tit for tat. Ian Gary dancing on him, pecking him. And Shavkat just running after him the whole time. Excited for this bout. Anytime you get two undefeated guys, especially in the top 10, it's going to be a banger. So I'll leave you with this. Love y'all. Bye-bye.